Luigi, thanks for joining us at Miami Culinary Institute for this program with the Consortio. And can you tell us a little bit about what we look for in a Moscato d'Asti? What do you want to find in this wine?
So thank you very much for having me, Lynn. It's always a pleasure to speak about this great wine that represents our history in Italy, which is Moscato. For sure, actually, I always like to sum up what Moscato d'Asti has special compared to other Moscato. Moscato is a worldwide known varietal, and of course, I believe that Moscato d'Asti represents its best interpretation and its most historical interpretation. I always like to sum up that Moscato d'Asti, first of all, it's a very natural product. We don't add any sugar on this wine, even if it's, of course, it's a sweet wine. The sweetness comes directly from the residual sugar from the grapes. And we don't add CO2. It's a fizzy wine. It's a little sparkling, which I believe this wine needs to be considered as a sparkling wine, not only as a dessert wine, but also as a sparkling wine.
But in Italian, you use the term frizzante instead of
yes.
solante.
Yeah. It's kind of fizzy. Mm-hmm. And but it's very natural because we don't add any CO2 on this. And also, I believe that Moscato d'Asti also by law, it's very low in alcohol. So it's something that you can really enjoy during the season, during the summer, as an aperitif, just sipping this wine by itself, especially here in Florida. It's very highly suggested. And then also it's a vintage wine. So every Moscato d'Asti has to have on the label the vintage. So that's why you have different Moscatos from different vintage. Thank God, because we want to preserve the identity of every single vintage. So I'm looking for this in the Moscato d'Asti. I can get this in the Moscato d'Asti.
So your winery is located in the town of Canelli, which is famous because the grape itself is called Moscato di Canelli. So you're in the mothership area of this grape. As you point out, it's low in alcohol, about 5.5% alcohol, but it also has acidity. And
yes,
the acidity has to be there to balance the sweetness, would you say?
Absolutely, that's very, very, very important as well. Also, of course, because it's a sweet wine, but we're always looking for acidity in order to get the perfect balance. Because as much as we can get this, then of course, while you're tasting the wine in your palate, you have this balance which is perfect. And that's why I believe that this wine can see also salty food, because of the acidity and because of the balance between acidity and sweetness.
We know that a slightly sweet wine is very refreshing, very beautiful, and perfumed, but as you say, that sweetness also goes so well with salty food, meaning this is not only for dessert with that little sweetness, but you would serve it with salumi, another very popular food item, and cheese in Piemonte.
Oh, absolutely. So let me tell you what's my favorite. My favorite is usually with Robbiola di Roccaverano. So Robbiola di Roccaverano is a very typical Piemontese cheese. Soft. It's a goat cheese. It could be soft, but it could be seasoned. And when it's seasoned, it goes very well with cheese. But I'm not inventing anything. You drink Sauternes with cheese. Yes. Why not you can drink Moscato with cheese?
Exactly. Well, Moscato d'Asti is a particular area, 52 municipalities from tiny towns to slightly larger towns, and throughout the area. It's a small area, but you still see variety. What kind of variety do you look for?
Well, actually, as you said, it's 52 villages that make up the Moscato d'Asti area. And in these 52 villages, you have several differences in terms of geography as well. So you have higher altitude, up to 550 meters, going down to 200 meters. And so actually what we're really what actually we realize, and I believe this is the heritage of the Moscato area, is that depending where the villages are located, you have different interpretation of this, what Moscato d'Asti is. That's why I'm saying that, I always say that it's a serious one, because you ask for the greatest appellation all over the world, of course, like Barolo, Barresto, Barbero, even Burgundy, you have different areas, according to the geography, you have different styles of Moscato, and that's very, very, very important.
Well, the hillsides add a certain level of aroma. The lower altitude areas bring in some concentration, and always we have this extraordinary aroma. It is aroma that makes this Moscato d'Asti recognizable anywhere. So thank you for producing a formidable wine,
Thank you.
and I look forward to tasting much more with you. I'm Lynn Farmer here with my friend Andrea Costa from the beautiful Marenco Winery, which is in the heart of the Moscato d'Asti territory. You are near Strevi, one of 52 villages that is within the municipality, yes?
Yes, correct. One of the 52, and it's one of the most traditional, like the villages of the other producers that work here today.
You have, among the vineyards that you have a very steep hill called Strapona that gives the name to your primary Moscato. Talk to me about how Moscato d'Asti is different from other Moscato. We see the Moscato grape in many parts of the world.
Yes, correct. Thank you for the question. You've seen the Strapona, so that's one of the key points to understand the difference. Good Moscato d'Asti vineyards are always very steep. Farmers, when they had to decide a place for planting Moscato, they choose the best exposures for Moscato. If they care about this wine, like we do, you have to deserve one of your best vineyards for Moscato. Because Moscato d'Asti is a wine with residual sugars, but no added sugars. By law, we cannot add sugars. And it's a wine that if you ferment completely, it's over 14%. So we need a nice sweetness, which balances the acidity, which is balanced by the acidity, by the aromatics, and that's why we choose the best vineyards, and that's one of the key things that make the difference compared to other sweet wines in general.
Because this is a wine that, by law, mind you, is fairly low alcohol, 5 to 5.5% alcohol. You cannot irrigate, there's a lot of regulation about what you can do, all aimed at preserving the tradition and history. So in the glass, we each have a glass here of Moscato. The aroma is this key factor, and I find that Moscato around the world has something like this, but no other Moscato has this intensity of aroma.
Yeah, we have a lot of canots, as you said. As winemakers, we say Moscato d'Asti is one of the hardest wines to make, even if it's one of the easiest to drink and to enjoy. You know, we are wineries that make Barbera d'Asti or someone make Nebbiolo. We make other wines, but it's common to hear that Moscato d'Asti is one of the hardest wines to make because it's very hard to reach this balance between sweetness, acidity, and the aromas. And the aromas is, of course, something we look forward. The complexity of Moscato is so nice. We can have herbs, we can have sage, we can have orange blossom, which is one of the typical aromas.
Sometimes ginger, I find, honeysuckle, very floral quality, but never cloying, never too sweet, always this beautiful balance.
And that's another key point, because we traditionally make wines to drink. We like to drink Moscato d'Asti. So we're looking for a drinkable wine. And being not cloy is so important. I mean, we don't want a cloy wine. We want a wine that we enjoy a second glass, maybe a third glass. And if you want more, we make magnums.
Yes. So with Moscato d'Asti, you can have everything ranging from a salami, mortadella, a prosciutto, with a little salt, which balances the sweetness, but also you make wonderful zabayon using a Moscato d'Asti. You can have it with fruit, with so many things. It's a very versatile wine.
Yeah, we make mainly Moscato. So I go in different places in Italy and around the world, and I always have a bottle of Moscato with me. So sometimes people say, oh, it's sweet, I don't like sweet wine. So I say, please, this is what I make. So they taste it and they say, oh, but this is different. So this is a good reaction. And then the pairings I see are so different, and some of them are very, very nice. Because I've seen it with tacos, I've seen it with tempura, which is actually one of my favorites, either shrimps or sage. Fried sage is so nice. I've seen it with desserts, just a simple tiramisu, it pairs so nicely with the Moscato d'Asti. So the pairings is something I can tell you my favorites, but I let you say your favorites because it is versatile. So anyone can have his best pairings with Moscato d'Asti.
I think one of the best things with something that is slightly sweet, like a Moscato d'Asti, is chili heat. So if you have Thai food, Indian food, something a little spicy, something a little sweet, will balance it beautifully, and that to me is Moscato d'Asti.
Why not? please try and send us your information about your favorite pairings with Moscato d'Asti.
Grazie mille.
Grazie a voi, grazie mille.
Grazie a voi.